As they set up, and we'll do good old knife round to choose on sides. We'll have to figure out how it goes. Classic standing on top of red. No understabs, it looks like. Kippo getting the first knife. And I'm gonna skedaddle for 30 seconds as they finish this knife round. Decide sides. Give me a minute. Bye! We're good. Looks like I'm gonna be a bit derpy waiting for the actual start. Bit weird TK off the start. Actually no doggo emergency, just other quick thing that took a minute. This personal thing I had to spend a minute to do, but looks like we are live. Ba-da-da-da. I don't think I remember seeing them play Nuke at all yet. Now that I think about it. So this is going to be interesting to see, especially on this T side. See how the boys can do. And it looks like they're doing the classic mini rush. They're able to space out Virus, force him to be back in the garage. Might be able to catch one on the side here. Being given too much room, the instant gush to respawn. Good response. Doesn't take the kill just yet, but should be fine enough. 45 after plant isn't too much to complain about, especially with those good anti-flash positions. And Rainier with an insane first shot with the Glock. Uh-oh. Looks like he's blind from the second one. But the trades aren't going their way at all. There's only one player left, and the defuse is being stuck until Vision's able to win the duel. But Nicky's able to take him out, and it is a 3-man successful retake on that A site. So unfortunate. Too many players ended up exposed and losing those initial duels. Not able to stall for long enough. Not giving enough space to Hypnotic, I would suppose. Would be my comment, mostly just losing the duels. But bomb plant means they can contest on the second round, which is easily good enough. T-side nuke, especially if you convert it. Good to hear they've already had a win on it. It's like Prince getting heavily tagged. Good old secret rat of Virus. Like slowing. There's a minute left. Not really much map control given. Virus is scared enough to try to smoke off deep on secret. They should have pretty good information of where players are right now. Using the stack to peek and have an off angle on it. It's good. Not able to get the pick off of it. Is something to work with. Okay, apparently there's their T side that went out very well, but doesn't seem too great of a start for the T side at the moment. It's a good molly, but came in way too late. There's too much space. 20 seconds left. Prince already getting flanked from the side. It's able to get away with the weapon. I like that they're willing to just accept the situation and have to save here. Not much else for them to do. But too many attempts at 1v1 duels without the coordination. Might be able to find a surprise pick or two if they get the right timing, but not too much to fight over. Able to keep 2 rifles to try to play around. That's all you need on this T side. Hopefully you don't have the other players invest. Though it might be that being the case with considering that they have 2 of the players saved up. Be interesting to see how they handle this. Save was a good call, but they need to try to find something with this. After missing a little. Very hard anti-rush nade. Stop it early, and looks like they're just walking towards ramp. Wanting to go for that control. Smoked off right this second. But they've been able to give vision space outside. He's able to take the duel against Prinny one-on-one. Won't be able to win it, but had a lot of space given to him. Would have been nice if he had a little bit more assistance with it. But that spam forcing Prince to be able to get that pick on Sean caught in the open. Forcing Veras to support. That was a good play. Bait and switch there to set it on up. Nade won't connect. Rania making sure outside is covered because they've given up control of it. The presence of vision should be enough. Hypnotic's going to respect it. Just keep a single player in mini, otherwise very relaxed. Just trying to default, wait for that opportunity, which they shouldn't have, but Cons is actually set up somewhat aggressively trying to get this ramp info, debating whether or not to push further. 40 seconds left. He's going to be able to throw this molly, have a play set up a Prinny. Looking at the situation, they still have flashbangs. And another molly now. Now they're kind of forced off this ramp push, and they're being forced on this A site where they have 3 deliberately stacked, prepared for it. So far, nothing to find for it. The mini player's able to trade and make it a 2-on-2, and Prince able to make it a 1v1. Able to get the plant down safely. Not entirely aware of Khan's position. Time will be very important, but he's going through Squeaky, so Prince will have the space to work around. Even if he works with the wrong time. Crosshairs at the wrong angle. Khan's able to find him from behind. I believe he's played ramp a couple of times now, so they might have had an ability to be aware of that. But, unless they made what could have been an absolute disaster look at least okay and competitive, only 1 weapon saved and another successful bomb plant, means they'll be able to buy up and keep up this aggression. Playing with them. Not having any previous money saved, it's going to be a big deal too, because now Kiki and Prince can get AKs as well, despite saving with basically $0 left in the previous. Good to see, but looks like early nades. Even a deep molly on that initial position. And once again, Khans is going aggressive on this ramp angle. Just trying to hug it. He's carefully giving up now, but it's a bit problematic if he's able to always creep up and get that space. This is because of the smoke thrown down at the moment. Time given, that should remove it from being an issue. So considering the ops dedicated towards ramp can go for some outside presence. Beautiful cross smoke anyway, should play it like there's always an opera outside. But they're working with this with just a minute left. Doing sort of like the train thing almost feels like just sort of sitting around. Not necessarily trying to be proactive and just find the opportunities, but see if they come to them. Hypnotic is very clearly able to just be willing to just kind of sit, wait, and just use this utility at just the right moments, denying ramp once again. They still have 1 molly. It happens to be on Khans for this... Khans, but he happens to be going towards the A site. But they're able to find these openings just the right time, waiting for that utility to get burnt. Kinky sticking the plant now, and it's a 3-on-4. Check set up for it. If he swings out, able to dodge that opera, he misses the shot on vision. And now it just becomes bad to worse. And for some reason, Khans tries to go for that engagement there and walking away. Prinny can try to do what he can and find one. But it's going to be hard for him to find much more stuck in the hut. Has to drop down to hell, but players will still be hunting him down. Think he wants to try to get this op back. Able to see that shadow, but he's likely been seen on the cross. Able to get the first flick on 1, but swaps out to the knife at a bad time. Left with 8 HP. Still able to take him down. It'll be costly. Glitchtech not able to take that op away. But it was a worthy risk to take, but means this economy is going to be kept close. Although Hypnotic is broken, they do have this op to play around. Important for Glitchtech to ensure to get trades on contact with it. however they decide to play. Looks like Hypnotic are calling a timeout. I think they want to figure out how they want to adjust to this. That would at least be my guess and assumption. Econ's kind of screwed over right now, but don't want to force into it. Usually. But it looks like that's what they're going to do. Taking a massive, massive risk. I mean, it'll be pretty good if it works out for them, but they don't exactly have the best things to deal with it. MP9's very powerful, but they do have players stuck with just a deagle. We're going to be trying to have to rely on the op for compensation, which might not be able to do anything depending on where they go. But once again, it's this ramp control. Prinny just creeped up with Varus. And Sean's even pushing up into the back room, and they've been able to find two. This should not be the case for them to be able to get this control into the round. They have to retake lobby a minute 25. And they're 2 men down with it being reset. And now it's 3 as Rainier was trying to go for a pick on his own, getting taken out. Can only see this becoming more problematic as it progresses. Kinky's able to take one back to calm it down a little bit, but has so many different angles and players to worry about. First thing is Prinny is just holding the outside cross. They are able to find the right timing. It's an interesting smoke to throw flashbangs through. They might be able to drop down the vent with this. They're actually able to get away, just trying to spam shots through, but they're already on this B site. 2v4 isn't the best situation, but they have obtained the best case odds they can get. Deagle misses the first shot. Kinky's already crept up. But wait, he's able to find the bomb planter, and Prinny's able to immediately get that trade. Bomb plant was made too open, and getting punished for that is going to be costly. With that, it's a big round, allowing a full buy to come back in and keep a dominant scoreline on the CT side. Glitchtech stuck with just pistols to work with. Hypno are starting to steal away what might be a pretty massive lead early on to start. Trying to take it, it's up to Khan's, able to find 2. Opera supporting him. Get a double of his own. It's Prince left alone in 1v5. Ramp rush failed. Nicky's even holding from the hut. He's stuck in this room. He'll pre-fire towards the angle, not connect the shots to find the frag, though. Trying to shoot some more harassment, but means he's been giving space over to this op of Varus to try to find him. Prince just stuck between everyone. Not having any space to work with. Bomb in their control. Almost gave an opportunity away, but be able to get some spam shots back at Nicky. And that op will at least give a sound cue, so he knows about both players here. Able to space out and take down just one of them. Carefully holding behind because the squeaky door. Take a lot more 1v1 duels for him to have an opportunity. But they are at least starting to give them. Looks like they're trying to reset and stack together. Rotate to the ramp room together. Vera's doing a more passive angle, forcing him into the open. Good adjustment, and now there's only 30 seconds left. Prince would have to get a one-shot on this offer. Cross multiple, not going to happen. Able to cause a little bit of trouble, at least find one kill. Isolating a player. Very difficult situation. But with that, they're still down 1-5. They need to find a way back into this. Cash could start getting built up if they don't keep Hypnotic low. Though things are fine right now, they could spiral very soon. Be very important to note that. Careful lineup. Trying to melee around red and flash wide. It's very passive position from these outside players. Varus and Prinny with the op and rifle. But it looks like Varus is just now interested in going aggressive. At least a little bit more so. Looks like he'll reset and go further back. Try to give space to that rifler, but they've given up the fence control, which means they've been able to take this B site. few problems with these rotation players, but Rain is able to keep up, and Kinky has Khan surrounded now. Has to deal with 2 players not able to do so, and they're able to take control of ramp, help them for this hold, put into a 3-on-3. Little shoulder peek to get that info, getting tagged down very low now. But Kinky scoped in with this op, needs to be able to be kept alive, focused on this angle, lands the flick, and gets enough of a distraction off of Prince to follow it up and get the 3K. Nice and clean, 2 alive. Glitchtech take the round, and maybe see another force from Hypnotic. See, they have the cash to be able to do so, but I'm not sure if they have the confidence to or not. Here it is, 2 MP9s, 5-7. Very similar outside take. They need to be careful. MP9s can shred just as quickly, and the op is still in play. Especially with Nicky on this hot position. He's aware of it. Able to line up that headshot beautifully. Take that drop down in a vent. Likely get taken out if he sticks the duel, but instead Sean brought with 3 HP to try and push through the hut, and they line up for Prince. Ferris able to get an op trade, but Kinky to deny a second. Leaving Collins with just a USP right now. I don't think there's anything in heaven for him to grab. Stuck in a 1v3. Able to pick up that op, actually. Looks like he'll carefully be trying to slide around for it, as it'll be all they have going into the eco next round. Glitchtech able to start, recovering with 3. But looks like it'll be a pretty safe save. No one trying to hunt for each other. Pretty nice and tame in a stable second round, or third round rather. Just make sure Hypnotic don't get away. I would hope they don't force after losing the force fight. As I can understand the greed and the confidence going into it, but if they keep this up, I'm concerned, and they just called out another timeout. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is very concerning. Hopefully they're just talking about strategy of how to play around this AWP. Well, if they go for a force, if they win it might be beneficial, but it's so risky. For absolutely no benefit, and just hold yourself back further. Go for it could potentially allow Glitchtech to get the lead. But looks like they're at least being more responsible with their economy for once. Good to see. Try to get, if they get rewarded for playing frugal and just keeping the 1 op and saving up their cash. It looks like good flashbang harassment, so then get a full 4-man outside. Kinky to play late and just hold some backroom control as they run around this B site. Information clearly gives away the site's been taken over, but they have no one able to adjust to all the USPs and such in play. And it's Kinky holding C. You might be able to catch out the opera here. Just able to get that initial pick. Depending on how they position, he's able to see the feet, and the USP shot's able to finish it off after that leg tag. And now they have a rifle stolen over. The way they retake this, though things almost become problematic. Prince only saving with 1 HP. If you lost that frag, that would have been an exposed rifle and a lot more problems. See, they're going for exits now. Just hiding towards the stairway. They're making sure that op's kept completely safe, but Nicky could be able to catch one here. Denied as Rainy is taking the lead. But I'm pretty sure Prince dies here, so handing it back to Alex as he goes out. And take the 3-man on the save. But they did get that AK stolen over in what essentially was a full save round. So that's certainly going to be a win I would bet they're very happy with. Next chaotic bunches. Looks like they're able to get a bunch of space outside. With these operators playing passive, they can just get information with just these rifles even. There's a bit of an issue with one of these smokes that haven't been thrown. Maybe don't have to be. Kiki can find the right timing. Be able to catch Nikki off guard on this doorway or even see his feet. Be very careful because of how this player is positioned. And it's good that Cons is rotated up to heaven to try to help hold this. And Prinny able to get that first tag on Vision's also going to be problematic. That op getting taken out. And Prince is looking the wrong way, able to readjust. As Prinny misses his spray, Kinky's able to take down Aux. But the drop down's heard, so Kinky's able to get that trade in. And able to tuck that molly, so going to force a player out. But Varus is creeped up behind and ramp. Take that player. Now it's Prince left in a 1v3. Desperately trying to rotate over to the site. He'll have enough space to get the bomb plant down, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to get that much after. Considering all these players rushing towards him, Cons will be able to crouch his way through, take him out. Be a 3-man retake. But it should be enough for Glitchtech bomb plant, help support that economy, they can keep up the pressure, keep on buying. And they're only 2 rounds behind at the moment. Perfect situation to keep the game close or even build to take away the T-half. Good smoke placement, trying to keep an eye out. But misses the lineup, not high enough. Not able to adjust. And with that, Molly giving some info, Prinny's able to pre-fire and clear out Vision, and now it's a 3-on-5. Taking that one individual duel with no trade potential. And a player being caught out. Pick up this bomb, and they're aware of this ramp player Cons trying to push up a lot, but they're not going to see anything this time around, and I doubt they will. Situations entirely put on Glitchtech's ball court, and the shadow showing Rainier in advance. Just the wrong moment as the timing's read by Prinny. Sean able to get that AK upgrade. Looks like a timing through the door might be found from Kinky. Not entirely sure just yet, but no one's really interested in peeking that squeaky door with all the damage it's taken. The 30 seconds left. The secret stairs from outside is being held by an AWP. They have to fight their way successfully on this A site with 3 players on it. Not entirely sure how they would do so. Likely imagine that they're going to just try to save here, but they're able to find the first. Not hard clearing towards Hut yet. We're about 2 and now 3 more players. Cons will just push through the molly, and they line up for him to get a double spray down. Hypnotic able to get 7. This lead starting to get built up. Weak buy. Looks like Hypnotic set up to get 8. Key buy round. They ended up in a 3-on-5, and they need to not be as quick to want to just rotate to B when they're in a bad situation. Might be nice to try to get that bomb down, but if you're caught out or expected to get there, you essentially forfeit your odds with that massive gamble. Now just a couple of pistols. 3 AKs now stolen by Hypnotic. With that tight outside angle for information. Very dangerous. Interesting play by Prinny to just hold and hide in the vent. But there has been some space given. Mostly outside. Looks like some timing or gaps have been found. Especially with the openings Ferez has provided on up. Not able to find anything just yet, but the ladder gives a sound cue away, and it's expected. Nikki's able to hear him. It looks like Kinky's able to find the timing, though, to get that trade, and the AK falls down, too. Don't think they can get the round off this. Sean will immediately deny him. But they can still pick up that AK once again. Just keep stealing that AK, trying to do something with it. But now they have this Opper locked in on this site. Which might be good if they can win these 2 duels here. But need to get the first, which Reyna just found. But Virus is quick on the trade with no way for anyone to respond. Pretty immediate response. Prince is able to find one, but last 2 players get a perfect trade response onto him. Hypnotic with good positioning to get the 8. Could have been a very dangerous situation. Time's ticking, and... Sure, they need to stop going for these individual duels and getting caught out. Need to play around each other. Use some more utility. Caught with unused utility. Looks like Khan trying to set up for the similar aggressive play. So is Reyna, but it doesn't have his gun out. But the flashbang supports him perfectly to push on forward. And they have multiple players just outside Hell. It's a minute 30 and they have almost full entire outside control. They have to have a player worrying about both Hell and Heaven. Just waiting for a push-up to happen. And they're setting up for this double peek too. And Sean's looking below, not even expecting them to be up here already. Varus is able to take down one with a quick scope, but that's the bomb. Misses the next shot, but now it's a 1v3. Low HP on Reyna. Able to see the gap and a nice headshot. And it's against this Opper, and they don't know that Reyna is so low. He can still win the duel just off the time, but the Op sticks out, and he misses the shot. Reyna with a 7 HP, 1v4. Glitchtech to keep him competitive with their 5th round. Let's go. That was insane. That is such a massive 1v4. Economy essentially broken. They have just the Op to play with here. And nothing else on the CT side. Purely off of a round that should have been their 9th, setting up for a 10-5. Fierce is able to go aggressive, catch Aux, and get that man advantage early. Cons wants to try to creep up for more. Doubt he's going to find it. So if Sean gets a deke here on one of these openings, could just leave even more problems available. Now Varus is trying to run around the entire map to find this. But seeing that it's just a pistol, it's enough for Vision to be willing to push on up. Just needs to throw a smoke to play around. Ideally have some teammates with rifles. Though it looks like they're just trying to clear some positions outside A. Maybe smoke do and execute onto it. No, there isn't as many weapons likely to contest them as they go for the site. Kinky willing to peek that angle's kind of dangerous. Especially if there's an Op in play. At that specific angle, at least. Vision running away here might give away that there's space in this control room to be taken. Though Cons doesn't seem interested in taking this very risky push. Be up to Vision to allow this flashbang that's going to come through for them. Second one, and flashbang's enough to flashbang that Opper out. They assume it's an A play, but don't realize the bomb's already dropped onto B. It's masterfully done. They have Prince on the side lurking, taking down that Op early. With a few of the shots that have been given, it should be able to gather up that it's just pistols. Though, as I say that, Prinny's been able to find one. Kinky's quick with that headshot trade, take him out. No head armor, but Nicky's been able to get the flank of Vision and get the double. And now it's Kinky in a 1v2. Has awareness. First pre-fire missing. It's double ops on the retake, but he's just surrounded between 2 different players. Gets taken out. Too many angles to deal with, and Glitchtech slip away around from some very nice 5-7 shots from Nikke. Looks like it's a round stolen back. Bomb plant will at least a contended situation, but things seem a bit problematic for Glitchtech, at least for this first half. See how they just in turn around those 2 MAC-10s, Tech 9. It's been a lot of respect and space given up on ramp that they could have actually followed up. Just too scared to actually get that space away from the Opper. And a bad nade's going to friendly nade 2 of their players. Running through the molly just means fully blind. The molly's going to be what kills him. And Alk's getting burned down to 36-2. And it's already almost a 3v5 with all the damage taken. Vision trying to bait some, but 2 players picked out alone in the open. Cons to follow it up. double op's too strong, and Vision's left in a 1v5. Likely been seen in his position. Spray's a little bit awkward, but Prenny will recover it, and Hypnotic with a good 10-5 half. I've seen a commentator come back in this exact same situation where they won 19-17 during some matches earlier in the CIS RMR. I had the honor to broadcast. I don't know if Glitchtech's capable of doing the same thing, but they're certainly going to be contested to, rather. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Be a very important pistol for them at the least. So I will catch myself a break. We wait a minute or two for him to start that other half and grab some liquid so I don't die through the second half of this game. Ah ha ha ha. Look at that. We're good to go. Might be one of the most important pistol rounds they've had yet that they need to get through. Certainly being 3-3 in main, if they want to make sure they're over that 50% with more wins and losses. Going to need to have a comeback on this map. Good flash to be able to slow down that rush onto B. Trying to go for that control room information. Get lobby. Rania trying to take that solo duel is a bit risky. He's able to reposition, which is very good because they're going to have to play this in a retake situation. As Prenny plants safely in a smoke. Able to just make sure those fence are held for those rotations. Don't know how many players are stacked up here, but able to find the first. Means falling in accuracy, but they're not able to follow it up, meaning Vision's left alone. And the absolute brawl does not go in the favor of Glitchtech. But that info, at least, allows Prince to try to take that duel successfully, but stuck with just 2 HP. I don't know how he expects to deal with 2 players that can pre-fire him around any corner. So don't miss it. He's just trying to run away now. Does have the half armor, diffuse kit, and smoke. But one of the players is, in fact, hunting his direction. Which is a bit of a problem, and will be able to take him out. Was not set up to quickly switch to auto director to save the game from being garbage. Apologies on me. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good time. Am somewhat glancing at the chat as shenanigans are going on. It's a perfect setup for Hypnotic. Try to build a very early start to close out this game. Looks like it's mixed by a couple of pistols. Kinky with a Mag 7 purchase. Perched on top of the hut. Actually inside of it. What a confident move. He needs to be able to land the first instantly. If he gets one of those unfortunate 80-in-1 shots, he's going to be in a very rough place to get taken out immediately by the Mac 10s. Looks like they might even try to go aggressive here. But he's just waiting it out. Just time ticking. No one on Hypnotic going for information. This could be a bit of a problem, giving too much space. This is a really good molly as it forces his information to be given away, that he was close here. Maybe even hint that there's a shotgun. And Vision's been caught out trying to lurk behind them outside. A little bit too early with all this utility coming out. Now it's the A execute, but Alex is able to land on the first and get a double with the 5.7 of his own. And the Max 7's able to take down Kinky. Kinky's able to take down one with that 5.7. And it's left to a 2v2 on Prince and Rania. Prince gives up to reposition. Assuming it might be a B play, which it is now. So as he drops down, He's going to be able to get there in time. See the door open up, get that first tag. Not able to follow it up until just then. It's up to Prinny, able to get the bomb plant down. But he needs to be careful, but Prinny's able to punish him with the pre-fire. But this is where things come scary, not only because the Deagle shotgun's in play, but in fact the other actual shotgun is as well. But he might creep up into the pre-fire, but the crouch makes him dodge the shot. As it was for head angle. And Rain is able to get the one tap in first with that. And get that clutch defuse, stealing away that round. And with all that shotgun money made as well over the round, means they're going to be able to pick up an AWP if they want. So we'll go to. When I mentioned it'd be very risky even if it's forced. See, it's mostly MAC 10s and a Deagle or two. Just one, in fact, just MAC 10s otherwise. Need to make sure there's no poor engagements taken by this AWP. As so many weapons that favorably could rush it down at close range. And it looks like the rush into A has already begun. And they've already been able to take that site. Kinky mollied off of Heaven, and they're going to have to play a 5v5 retake. Just trying to adjust for what's happening. Another smoke's done. They don't have any more smokes with this, but it'll still be a close situation. They do have the defuse kit for the retake, which will be very important here. But they still need to be pretty responsive with the frags. The smoke's almost good enough, but there's a very tiny gap to react through. And Khan's been able to find one. Kinky wants to push on forward, but his gun blocks the view. And they absolutely fall apart, only able to find one on the retake. The MAC 10's mowing them down. Upgrades and a round one for Hypnotic. Yeah, very strong explode play. Very passive on that A site, not able to contest, and trying to go at just the wrong moment when there was still not enough space provided. Or using the utility to give it to them. Heaven was still smoked off. They weren't going together with that retake. Kind of allowed things to fall apart. Vision's been able to find a good timing. Might be able to call the info and get behind all of them here. Which in fact he has. Able to just hide behind that smoke. Can see the bomb. But he misses the shots. Vision's able to take him out. Now Khan's conscious about someone pushing the stairs and able to get a double off of that. Now it's a 3-on-5 of what could have been a completely stolen away round. Just able to hold back towards the control room. And Rainya is also hiding in a very interesting position. Able to find one, but he'll be seeing how Sean will clear him out. And Alex is the last one left. Able to catch one of the players off. Pick up a rifle, but that'll be all he's able to pick up. His palm plant comes on in. Looks like he sort of is interested in going for more. Nikki and Vera is focused on this hut. The Veras will be focused more towards this position being pushed. Heaven player for the trade. Should be an impossible retake for him. But as he peeks up, he'll be going up on the hut. Sean's seeing contact with him. He drops down. And now he's getting surrounded from all three. Tries to drop down. Able to find that space. But looks like Nikki's interested in possibly following him after enough time. Just trying to throw the nade. Looks like he'll run away. And Alex just trying to hide inside secret. Risky for Veras to hold this close, but Alex not wanting to go for the contact should make it fine. See, Alex and Vision having a bit of a rough day on the server, and probably the deciding factor at the moment. There's been some sloppiness in the execute, but mostly it's just come down to the aim duels and just kind of struggling on that T side a lot to get those key frags needed. So, just some practice and more comfort with the map may be needed. Could also just be an off day for the players. Simple as those, but Vision's able to start to recover that good Deagle shot. Brain's able to trade with the response, find the double, even ready for the triple, dead on the head angle. And Vision hears them running. They're certainly we're behind, but just at the wrong second, so Sean gets caught out. And there's three players running towards this known targeted B site. And the molly slightly misses, and there's a player of Prince behind the door, too. Since they're not clearing that way, he opens the door and gives it away to them. Vision's able to have his space to creep up the vent, but they're holding for him. He's able to take down one, not able to get the double, but Alex is already running, but it's given away his position, meaning Cons is trying to run that way. His teammate is behind him, in fact, in the secret tunnel, so Cons just needs to stall this out. Wait for some help, but just the wrong moment, he gets caught out. That bomb's dropped, and it's a 1v1 now. Prinny will be able to recover that bomb safely, but Alex has no idea where he's coming from. Could be caught looking at the wrong angle. Things are ticking down, but he makes sure he's safer on the ramp side, making it harder for Prinny to feel confident pushing into it. And with that, he's able to see the shoulder. I'm not sure if they saw each other, but Prinny is certainly rotating to this A site. Though it looks like Alex might have missed it. Only just now realizing that he's on the wrong bomb site. This makes this 1v1 a little bit more problematic. No defuse kit. Does have enough time for this 1v1. But Prinny's all the way back in the control room. He's given the space to be able to drop down to the site, but I'm not entirely sure where that defuse kit's at. If there was one on play. It looks like he's going to go for the contact here. Able to win the timing out, just barely take out Prinny and keep Glitchtech alive. Very important defuse. They need to get a very strong streak off of this. Continue non-stop. Hypnotic are able to upset them once again. I'm not sure if Glitchtech are going to have the space to respond with a comeback. A very important, good clutch coming on out there. Looks like Kinky's setting up. Good default control on A. Though it looks like they're going for a similar explode play, but this time they have AKs for it. Nicky's able to take down the first. Kinky's perfectly positioned to counteract one. Not able to get the second on the trade, though. I mean, it's a 2v3, but Prince is able to find just the right timing. And with those shots, might be able to give the surprise that he's fallen down onto the site, though that's certainly known now. It's a 1v2. Vera's trying to reposition through the hut. Once again, it's a very important clutch. Sure, Prince could get the flank behind him. Sure, Vera's will be prepared for the angle of him going aggressing this quickly. Which he was, but not able to respond to land the shot quick enough. Prince to get the defuse. Massive 1v2 situation to be able to clutch on out. And with that, their money's going to be kept low, so they just need to keep getting these rounds, as Hypnotic's going to keep on forcing into this. But as long as they don't win these rounds off of these force buys, it's just going to mean they're weaker off trying to get these fights in. And can give Glitchtech exactly what they need to steal away the nuke back from them. Looks like accidental friendly molly. Things tragically don't work out there. Won't be an issue. It's not a repeat of the exact same play once again. Spam will barely touch Sean. Small fragment damage, though that harassment nade will do certainly more. But Prinny's been able to find the right timing out to be brought to tag down a player and try to punish. Kinky's able to get that trade brought down to 3, but the man advantage is still in their favor. Lost ramp control, but Cons is the last one left with full HP. Everyone on Glitchtech very heavily tagged. These AKs, these HEs even, can be very problematic for both ends. Alex could get an insane spray down here, looking the wrong way, but instantly gets melted down. It's up to the shotgun op to pre-fire, clear the angle. And Sean's able to instantly take out Vision in response. And now this op becomes problematic with his full HP, especially if Sean lands that shot first. Prince left in a 1v2. Con swinging on out. Headshot missing for Prince. And Hypnotic have that 14th they need off of those forces finally. And with it, very little money left. Very dangerous risk. Prince going straight into this Deagle force. Can agree not wanting to go to OT, but if they don't get this, they will falter and not get a chance at it. 14 still 6 rounds behind. That nade certainly is going to help. Or either of them, tagging them down. But Vision able to lurk and find that one headshot, or rather body kill onto Nick before getting taken out. And Kinky with this perfect space in behind the mini hut. And able to find one as Prince gets one from Garage. Not only does he find one, but he finds an AWP conveniently in his hands as well. Now it's suddenly a 4v2. What an amazing way to get just the right positions, catch players off guard. Punish Hypnotic, not clearing angles as they should. Certainly not out of the woods yet. Only 2 weapons recovered. AK is very dangerous. They're mostly stacking towards A, except for a little bit of ramp info or potential rotate on Prince to hold that. Doesn't seem they have any consideration about CT spawn. Looks like they're trying to get a deep angle for information. Not sure if they're going to be willing to just push through help, but it looks like they are enough to get that info, and they're going to be pushing straight into Prince. He realizes they're right behind him and jumped down. I don't think they're going to be able to rotate in time to stop this bomb plant from coming on in. There being a smoke in play will also help. And it's a 2v4 retake. Question is, can they catch these players off guard? Cons is going to be ready for Aux here. Takes him out cleanly. And Cons is able to find Aux. Now it's a 2v2. Kinky's currently smoked off of his position. Has to try to flash his way out and through. Has no info. If Prinny gets caught out, and Kinky's on a timer here, there's a player right behind him. Prinny clear the first, Cons to shoot the other one in the back, and Hypnotic are able to clutch the 2v4, able to get these individual duels. And now a timeout's called. One more round needed, and it will be 3-4 in ESEA main for the moment. Certainly having a bit of a rough showing and a lot of 1v1 duels being given away to them. With those too many opportunities handed around. Not sure if there's much else to be done. Things certainly look very grim. Just a single M4 in play, nothing but deagles. They've been able to get around, but they need to be able to get 7 in a row. They haven't shown that much of a fight towards. Some good space in lobby. Vision's able to barely take one, but there is a player heaven. Or rather on the silo. But looks like able to find just the right space to get away without being punished on it. Hasn't handed that M4 to anyone else yet. Looks like he's deciding to just hold his position near outside. Catch by surprise. And it looks like the very creative boost that's been shown recently to be able to peek over Squeaky's been used for Kinky to find one. But the molly with the trade from the tracers means it's still a 3-on-3 situation. And with it, they're going to have contact. They're going to clear this, but they don't truly clear it. And Rainier almost finds all 3, just tagging them through the wall. And it means Sean's left in a 1v2. Needs to be very careful here. But the shoulder shows before he actually takes the duel, so Vision's able to pre-fire him down. Wins despite the 8 HP. And the 2k from Vision, 3 from Prince. Glitchtech still holding on for the moment, able to grab some better weaponry. So they have gotten their final chance into this, but they can't lose it no matter what at this point. They have to get past regulation. With it, looks like a similar plays being planned to come on out. They're already setting up for it. Looks like they're actually adjusting for something different here. Might be going aggressive for the outside control, at least first initially. Not sure if that's the plan. They're just trying to find that first opening. Kinky's able to take one unpunished. AK unable to trade. Immediate smoke. Forces them to just wait in this 4v5, and even a nade to punish if he's waiting. Good utility usage. They're forcing all these players to creep up outside and a little bit more aggressive on the control. I believe it is smoked off, trying to take these duels. Able to tag vision a little bit. It's interesting Prinny's willing to go for this and try to find this individual play. Trying to find the right off angle. But Prince is able to separate those duels. Gets brought down to half, but still fine for the second. Able to wide swing to keep it individualized. Take that AK down. And with it up on ramp, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Rainier doesn't stay up long enough to connect that spray, but still able to call in that rotate. Ferris is very good with the positioning. Rainier still able to be proactive and ensure the trade is followed through. Very good, and it's up to Vision to spray down the last two remaining Deagles. Almost being taken out, but will survive. That's a masterfully played round, and it's only 5 now in between them. Things start to become more realistic at this point. See, 5 seconds left. Now 3 AKs stolen over. That's pretty big. And Hypnotic are starting to realize they're in a bad situation. Notably by the eco. They're going to still have a couple of truly full opportunities. Should be 2 full buys and a half buy even. Looks like they're just trying to go for that B rush. Bomb's dropped, but it is dropped down that vent. Problem is this B site is still under control, it would appear. Rainier's having a bit of trouble trying to finish off that frag. Not sure if it's going to be enough to be a problem. Alex making sure the vent is held. Trying to make sure the player isn't anywhere else. Bomb getting taken out. And that lurk of Prinny is almost able to take down Kinky, but misses the shot as Kinky's able to avoid it by some good old panic jumps. Buy, get 12, eco 13. They could go for a double force and then a buy on the final round if it goes to that. Depends on the itemized, but I believe with loss bonus as well. As long as they get bomb plants in, so be fine. Hey, what's up? I mean, a little... Okay, sorry. Handle that real quick. Things are okay. It's a 5v4. Rainier going aggressive on ramp, and I like this. Clearing this out, knowing that there is no information. And even if he gives this all up, which is the correct and safe move to do, without Molly, they have to worry about all of this lobby control. Could be someone in the back of Squeaky. Could be hiding in Trophy. They have no idea. They might get forced into feeling like they have to go A here even. Which is exactly what's happening. They have very little utility to do it with. Just a single molly and a couple flashbangs. But all they have to do is hit those shots and it'll be fine. A rough start, and Kinky's able to get the double, and as Nikki gets the trade, Vision with the response. And Ferris able to take him down finally, but Prince once again, very effective trades and cleaner play coming out. And now there's only 3 rounds apart from them. Could see a little bit of utility and some pistols out. See a little bit of a mixture of both. Nikki even investing a little bit harder. Going for the full Kevlar armor. They were able to take one of those AKs away, so has a little bit more value this time around. But they're just trying to rush out once again, and the Tech 9 finds a double, and it's a 3v5 on this A site. Things might have been just sealed and stolen away at just the wrong moment. Becomes more problematic as now it's a 2v4. Vision has just an op and 19 HP, and that Tech 9 off of Nikke might have been just the god play they needed. There's no more retake utility. They can play out the trades at this point. I have no idea how they open their way back into this. Time's ticking, and a lovely double from Prinny will close it off. It was a good fight, but certainly a very rough performance throughout the match. Held them back from what could have been